the habits you create in your personal life will follow you if you become a business owner.
Yes.
So you have to, as much as you keep personal and business separate. I mean, we work together 24/7.
24/7.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move. YMA.
All right. Welcome to YMANation podcast, episode number 65.
65.
Wealth Building Monday.
Yes.
I am Joe Wallace, and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
And I'm excited. We have an excellent show today, but even more, we have our drawing.
Woohoo! Hold on.
Now, I know we said...
See, he's back and he just wants to come and draw stuff.
So, look. The drawing is for March, right? And we said that if we hit 2,000 subscribers, we would do $2,000 in drawing.
Right.
We would have... But so, anyway, we didn't hit. We was almost there. Almost there. So
we won't talk about the horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, she was like, well, we didn't hit the goal, so the drawing the next month. I said there was a lot of activity. Let's do something for the people.
Okay.
You know, to see where we came from, like 1,000 to like 1,500. And anyway, so we have a drawing. If you're on right now, make sure you like, comment, and
subscribe.
Do
it right now.
So let's start off with the drawing. So this is what I came up with. I figured that we would pull 4 people, and these 4 people are people who subscribed, they liked, they on like Facebook.
Okay.
They shared it on Facebook.
Okay.
They put they hashtag YMANation on Facebook.
Y'all had a lot of opportunity to get in this drawing.
There's people in there. When I was seeing the names, there's some people in there that's like in there like 30 times. There's hundreds of names in there. So there's a lot of people in the drawing. So we'll choose 4 people that will win. Now, let me finish. Also, these people are throughout the month of March, they hashtag YMANation down in the comment section on the podcast. So if you're on right now, make sure you hashtag YMANation in the comment section. YMANation, do it. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you subscribe. So we are going to choose 4 winners. Each winner will win $25.
Okay.
That sounds fair?
Sounds fair.
All right. So it's not 2,000. I was ready to give it away. But you know what? It's going to come because every episode, the subscribers go up. So we'll hit it, and we're going to do the $2,000. So let's start off. All right. So Rebecca's going to choose 4 winners. Each winner will win $25. The first winner is Terrence Foster. $25.
Look, I got a lot going on down here, y'all. There's a lot of names in here.
The next winner is
that one?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just pulling stuff out, y'all.
Tiffany Smith. Tiffany with the K. Tiffany Smith. Congratulations. $25.
All right.
$25. The next winner is
Go to the bottom. Okay.
Trap Nation. Trap Nation.
All right, last one. I done let the music go off and everything.
And our final winner is.
Look, I picked from a whole different side.
I told you there was people in there. There was people in there that their name is on there in there like 30 times because they were like on hashtag YMANation. They would put in share, but also it's Trap Nation twice. I told you that's not luck. Like even during the Christmas season, that young man.
Have you not went and got like a Powerball yet or something? Like seriously.
As a matter of fact, Trap Nation. contact the office 864-249-1439. That's to the YMA financial office, and I'm going to pay him to go play the lottery for me. I promise this guy has probably won at least like 15 times from the show.
And when we do the toy giveaway,
that's what I mean.
YMANation,
Overall, he won at least. I mean, everything from prizes to cash to, man, even like the $100 drawings he would win. And wow.
Congratulations. I mean, you doing your part in spreading, the YMANation. And so.
And also, I'm surprised her name did not get pulled. But while they were preparing the names, Ashley Galloway, like every episode, she's like, she's putting comments down on Facebook. She blows us up on Facebook. Ashley Galloway blows us up on Facebook, like sharing, liking, hashtagging, like sharing my page, the YMANation page. So Ashley Galloway, I know your name is in there somewhere. We're going to give you $25 also, because she, out of probably everybody name that was there, she probably did twice as much. So we want to make sure that we show appreciation for like the people that truly support our channel.
Yes. Good job.
I'm surprised when they was preparing the names, I said, you know what? She probably going to get pulled like 2 or 3 times. Cause her name,
because Trap Nation gets pulled like.
Her name is in there probably twice as much as him.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But he have his little thing he do. I don't know what it is he do. He's deep in prayer, but yeah, that young man is blessed. All right, so today episode.
It's his show today, y'all. Y'all had me for 2 shows. Y'all had me for you have me for Football Friday.
Sports Talk Friday.
And then I'll have a special guest on Wednesday. It's his show.
Yeah, so Wednesday you will not see me. All right. Well, you're going to be in. I know how you cannot not talk, so which is okay. The Millionaire. You ready for the title?
I am.
The Millionaire Mental Blueprint. Okay. It is the blueprint, because I told you like how to become a millionaire on a previous episode.
Right.
And it just talks about like the steps. Right, to do it, like, okay, you got to take these actions, and then once you take the action, you got to have like a service or a product, and then you got to know how to price it, how many you have to sell. So I give you like all the steps, but it's a lot more to get to that, like the mental blueprint of becoming a millionaire. You ready for it?
Yeah, I think that topic's way longer than 30 minutes, but let's see what we got. Let's see what we got.
We spent some time on the content, so let's run into it. Discipline. Discipline is going to be a key word that we're going to talk about, and why it's important on your road to becoming a millionaire.
Yeah, I think that's very important. I can attest to that.
Discipline in every area of life.
Oh, yeah.
Discipline. On your road to becoming a millionaire, this is one of the keys on that blueprint. Discipline, the definition based on a Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Okay.
And I took section 2. I didn't use section 1, but section 2, it says to train or develop by instruction and exercise and self-control. What's key about that is to train, mean from on your step to become a millionaire, you're training for something. Right. So you're like learning. You're learning. Like you've never been a millionaire. So if you're on right now and your goal is to become a millionaire, you haven't got to that step. So you're in training. So you're learning. So you are developing the skills and the instructions. And part of that is having the
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, it's just a credit score, relax.
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
control that creates discipline.
Okay.
I thought you was gonna jump in. Discipline. Okay. It's not something that you just have. It's something that has to be developed.
Right.
So
right.
discipline. You have to learn how to discipline yourself and then to apply it. What I mean by that is I'll give you an example. How to, like, say for example, if I'm doing something. Like, say if the podcast, if it starts at a certain time, if I gotta be here by like 7:15 and it starts to film at 7:30, that means I have to be disciplined enough to get here on time. If I know the setup time is 7:15, I got to get here. If I'm late one day, then I have to be able to be accountable for my error and say, well, I was late because of, and I have to understand, is it self-inflicted or was there exterior factors that impacted the results?
So I think one of the key things that I just got out of what you said is you put accountability in there with the discipline.
Right.
Because to become disciplined, you have to have accountability.
Got to be accountable.
So you can't create discipline in yourself if you can't hold yourself accountable when you don't do things you're supposed to do to reach your goals.
That was articulated with such excellence. That
Thank
was
you.
great. Because you have to be able to say, you know what, I was wrong. Or you know what, I left late. I knew it was going to take me 15 minutes to drive. So I left at 7:05 because I was doing whatever it was. I watched TV and the show stopped at 7.
Right.
So then I jumped up and tried to rush and get there. You got to be accountable for your own actions to create that type of discipline.
And you say that, and I think a good example for what I do as a realtor, everything is very time sensitive. You know, like once you go under contract, there's a lot of time sensitivity in there. And so you have to be disciplined to make sure that your clients are meeting their deadlines within that contract, or, you know, you could really mess them up when it comes to like repairs and inspections and appraisals and things like that. If you mismanage your time and aren't disciplined to say, I know that I need to hurry up and get it done. So you have to hurry up to be on time.
So I had this down here, but we're going to bring it up since we're on the subject.
Oh, sorry. I
No,
always be
this is
jumping
good.
all through his.
No.
I really don't know what
You don't know, right? But we're going to push this up, and that's
Okay.
procrastination, right?
Right.
It will kill you,
Right.
right? Learn to take action. Like, this is part of the blueprint. You got to take action. Like,
Right.
so if you have a goal and someone provides you the steps and everything is online right now. I was just talking to someone and he said he changed out like a sink from a YouTube
video.
You changed out a sink from a YouTube video? Like, wow. Like,
it's everywhere.
everything
right?
is available. You have everything right now by just picking up your phone and saying how to. But once
I'm gonna
you know,
let you keep going.
but no, go ahead, because now I won't have to stare at you. You're gonna be like, just like trying to hold it back, like.
No, I was letting you to keep going. I just had a thought.
Okay, so I'll come back to you then.
Okay.
All right. So once you learn the steps to doing something on your goal to becoming successful, you have to apply it and execute. You can't wait and say, oh, well, you know, I know this take X amount of time. I'll just wait. And a perfect example, when someone wants to be an agent, real estate agent, and they go take the test and they fail, and then they procrastinate. You got to
Right.
go. You have
Right.
to go, right? So you take that test. If you fail, you know, you bounce right back at it. I've known people that have took the test and they failed, and then they waited, and guess what? They never go back and take it again.
Right.
So, and that happens in every industry, right? People have to create discipline to say, when I fail, why did I fail? I'm going to be accountable for that. Now, what do I need to do to correct the first failure where it doesn't repeat itself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
discipline, though, it all goes back to discipline and creating that mindset that, you know what, when I do fail, because everyone fails, you always going to come into something that's not going to go how you expect it. That's a failure, right? And then when you experience that, that's what creates wisdom, right? By experiencing something, learning from it, and then getting better at it. Now you got the wisdom to go back and tell someone else, hey, if you're going to walk down this path, make sure that you don't do X or Y because it's going to cause these type of challenges for your problems for you. So avoid these things and do this so it'll help you to become successful faster.
What always amazes me, I'm going to go back to something you said, because you were like, we have this, we can pick it up, you get information. And what's crazy about that is I feel like that with all of the plethora of information out there, people are so unknowledgeable about
things in general.
Right. And it's like, you know, when we grew up, we didn't have Google search and, you know,
Google Maps or
GPS,
yeah.
You know, and it's like, do they really use everything that they have, or do they apply everything that they have and they're able to look up on Google? Like, do you apply it? You know, just like you said, someone fixed their sink or replaced their sink from YouTube. Well, they could have looked up the video and saw how to do it, but if they didn't apply the steps, then they wouldn't have been successful in changing the sink out.
Right.
So
or they could have said that, you know what, that's too hard.
Right. So what are you gonna do? You know, you're either gonna pay to get it done, and
you're not going
to get it done.
Right.
So
but
a lot of it is application.
Right.
So you have, you know, even on this podcast, even on Real Estate Wednesday, even on Sports Talk Friday, when we talk about, you know, being student athletes and athletes in general and things like that and pursuing your dreams in that perspective, we always talk about application and applying what you know to being successful. And so I think that goes back to discipline, because you have to have discipline in applying those things to whatever it is that you're going to do to become a millionaire.
Interesting. It's interesting. Everything always fall back. If you was to watch our podcast from episode 1 up until now, like how would you not know how to just go out there and be successful? Mm-hmm. Like I'm like serious now. I'm not trying to brag on the podcast. I'm just trying to say, like, if you actually went back and watched every episode, not saying you have to, but just see the topics and the ones that fall in line to the things that you're trying to accomplish. And if you actually watch them, it will be hard to fail, because we tell you like the do's and the don'ts. We give you the keys to success. Mm-hmm. So really all you have to do, the problem that I was reading this too, and there's a lot of information out there. I think it's too much at sometimes.
Right.
Because sometimes people like, oh, I watch this person and this person do this way, and I watch this person and this person says to do it that type of way, and then I watch Joe and Joe said do it that type of way, then this other person said to do it this type of way, and like, what do I do? So I got all this information, and now I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm
Two things. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and critical thinking.
Are you really like skinning? That sounds.
You know what I'm talking
about. We're gonna have people on here on like certain type of organizations.
That's an old people saying, y'all. There's
animal
more
abuse. We're not really skinning cats, people.
Yes, it's an old timey saying. Okay, back in the day.
I know,
there's more than one way to skin a cat, right?
Right.
So you can watch many different people that tell you to do it different ways. It doesn't mean that this person is more right than the next person or more wrong than the next person.
Right.
You have to do what best suits you and what you're trying to accomplish. And that's where, you know, I was going with, you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And then you have to find what suits you and what you're comfortable with.
Yeah. And when you are out there and you're searching for info, make sure you do your homework on the path that you're trying to take, because like there's people who may say, hey, I want to watch these 5 videos on YouTube, and now I'm a professional photographer now, or I'm an expert in this area because I watched this thing from somebody else that said they're expert in that field.
Right.
But I haven't done a day of work in it, or I'm experimenting. So you're going to be my experiment.
Right.
Right. And I'm saying that because someone contacted me, asking me questions about, but they're saying, you see their promo, they're an expert in their area. And it's like something that's like very simple. So you would think like,
I know, right.
yeah, you would be. Anyway, just make sure you do your homework on when you hire people for certain services, and you're not hiring someone that's going to take the work from you and then be like, oh, I want my roof done. And they're up on your roof with trying to watch a YouTube video, trying to change out your roof, and like, okay, I need to shake this off. And next thing you know, like 6 months later, there's water coming through your roof. Like, what in the world?
Right. So you always have to vet your, if you're hiring someone that's an expert in a field, you have to vet them. But what was next on your?
The next thing is, so we're going back, discipline. On your road, obviously on your road to success, the goal is to gain more money, especially if your goal is to become a millionaire. You want to gain more money. With that, as you gain more money, you have to be able to control your spending. And this is huge. I don't think I've came across one person that have started to make more money and we had to like a pause. Pause. Is that a need
or a want?
Or a want? No one I've seen that just been like, wow, that person just doing an excellent job. What's your net margins? What are you spending? Let me see your books. Great job. Because if you take someone, which is definitely, I mean, I had to create it on my own. So when you take someone, especially they come from like a 9-to-5 job and say, all right, now you're going from having $15 an hour and doing an 8-hour shift to now you make like $1,000 a day. They're like, well, I got all this extra money now. Man, I can go and get that brand new car. But how much have you put up? How much have you put into investments? Like, you know, so like all these things, but discipline. You got to discipline yourself to be able to say, okay, I know I need to save. I know I need to invest, and I know I need to put back into my business.
And then how many budgets do we do where the person's like, well, I break even every month, but then you dig into the budget and they have so much extra money and they just don't know where it goes.
Not even talking about in the business, just in general, right? You looking, they're spending $400 on just eating out. And so $400 eating out, $600 on grocery, and your rent is $1,000, and you add like a car payment, and you make $15-$16 an hour. So then you got to just cut back. And this stimulus check time too, and people getting their taxes. So this is an excellent time to get ahead of life.
Right.
And I'm not just talking about like the small things. Get ahead of life. If you owe $6,000 on your car left, and your taxes come back and there's $8,000, pay that car off. Take that car payment away. And then you say, well, my car payment is $300 a month. I could put $300 a month into an investment.
Mm-hmm.
And let me make that money go and work for itself to make more money.
Right.
Instead of like paying off into something
because
that's going to
every
depreciate.
millionaire, it doesn't come from being a business owner. It could be from investments. What if you want to get into
Multiple
property?
streams of
Right.
income.
Right.
Every millionaire I know, everyone has multiple streams of income. I don't know not one millionaire that has all their eggs into one basket.
Right. Because it's more high risk if you just have it in one place.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Money is easy to get, right? It's hard to maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline, you need to start now. So that's why when I tell someone, you don't have any credit, and if you guys need help with credit, call Masters Credit Consultants, the experts in credit repair and credit building. Their number is 864-249-9466. The website is www.masterscredit.com. I tell everyone, if you don't have any credit, get a secured card.
Right.
Charge and pay it off. Don't wait on the bill to come. Charge and pay it off. Why? What am I doing? Creating what?
Payment history.
Discipline. I'm creating discipline. They don't know. They think it's all about credit, but I'm creating discipline.
Right.
Because if you're able to do it on a $200 secured card, when you get to having $10,000 of credit, you should use that same type of spending habit and payment habits as you grow. So creating it from a very small level.
That's crazy. I was just going to say, you have to think of discipline like on the same level of like having a habit. Like if you get in the habit of making your bed every morning and you do that for, 2 weeks, then it becomes habit. You're going to make your bed every morning, or, just other habits that you create over a period of time. So if you create that habit, then that's and falls in line with that discipline.
Definitely. The last thing is the blueprint to the mental blueprint to becoming a millionaire and being successful is logic. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to think logical. And what that means is, and I would take fault in this because I had a problem with this too when I was young. When something happened, I reacted. Mm-hmm. Right? And then it was always like, well, whatever happened, I'll deal with it. Mm-hmm. So if it was like getting in trouble, I would just react. And then whatever happened, I deal with the consequences. That's not thinking logical though. So on your road to success, always step back from a situation and analyze it. So if I do this, what's going to be the outcomes? If I do this, what's going to be the outcomes? Think logical about every decision. Don't just hop into a decision because one, as you make more money, more opportunities are going to present themselves. And if you're going to hop on every opportunity, you'll be losing, you'll gain, you lose, you'll gain, you lose, you'll gain. You have to step back and say, you know what? If someone presents a partnership opportunity to you, do your homework.
Right.
I have it at least like 2 times a week or 3 times a week. Someone like, hey, Joe, what do you think about this? Hey, Joe, you want to partner with me on this? Show me some data. Why? Because I want to make a logical decision. And 50% of the time, they don't even come back with anything. So I just kind of moved out the people that probably would have been a bad investment. Logic. Think logical.
And that is business, personal. I mean, I had a conversation with my cousin regarding, she's a small business owner, entrepreneur. She's doing real good with her business. But I told her, because she'll call me for mentoring and stuff like that, I said, not everyone is meant to go on the journey with you. From a personal standpoint and a business standpoint.
Right.
You have to understand who's put in your circle that's going to help grow you as a business owner to get you to those next steps. So, you know, if someone is really holding you back, it could keep you from becoming a millionaire because you're allowing that external force to control the way that your business moves.
That's true. And I agree. Definitely. And people have their seasons, right?
Right.
So, you know, someone may start with you and then their season may fall out. You just have to be able to think logical enough to say, okay, this person is showing up late to work. This person is putting forth like 40% effort at work. This person is making mistakes at work, which is costing us money. Like these things, but you think the logical decision is that person needs to go. As a business owner, you need to make that that hard decision.
Mm-hmm.
But you think, man, this is my friend. He helped me start. He was here from the beginning. You have to think as a business owner, what's going to be the most logical decision for you.
The habits you create in your personal life will follow you if you become a business owner.
Yes.
So you have to, as much as you keep personal and business separate. I mean, we work together 24/7.
24/7.
But 27.
27 outside of 4 hours that I'm sleeping.
Yeah. But we have a personal life too.
Right.
So it's just important. And I know we can't get into, maybe that'll be a good topic for another time.
What's
Couples in business.
Couples in business. That's a good one.
Because it is mentally straining to maintain communication on a business level when you're trying to operate, especially operate multiple businesses like we do.
Right.
And then have a personal conversation as well, because
and not bring up business at the same time. Yes, definitely,
at the same time. But that's another
She be getting on me about that,
for another day. But I think that would be a great topic for couple entrepreneurs that are doing it together.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, this has been a very good show, right?
Good job.
Well, we had some
I'm going to give you
winners.
a hand clap.
I get a hand clap.
Hand clap.
Congratulations to Terrence Foster.
Winners.
Tiffany Smith.
Winners.
Trap Nation won twice. And we also...
I went from one side to the other, too.
Yeah,
like one side to the other. Yeah.
Scramble it up. But he was in there like a lot of times.
That's crazy.
Because he's on Facebook also.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's sharing everywhere.
We told you to go to Facebook and go to YouTube.
Look who won. The people that was actually following the instructions. Discipline. Discipline, because they created discipline to follow instructions.
Hey. We give y'all all the jewels here.
And Ashley Galloway, too. Congratulations. Yeah. Thank you, Ashley Galloway, for supporting so much.
Yes.
Wow. All right, guys. Thank you. We will see you on Wednesday for Real Estate Wednesday. You got a special guest, right?
Special guest. He took like half the week off.
Yeah. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, and hashtag YMANation.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.